need to re-bleach my roots. And I made a video for you guys about 2 years ago about how I do it, but since then I have updated my methods and techniques. So I thought, rather than leave you in the dark, I'm going to show you what my new favorite way to do this is. So here we go. So first up, in case you don't know, I use Splat. Splat is my jam. It's what I've been using this entire time. I've been dyeing my hair this color with it for over 10 years. I use Pink Fetish, and then I get the color in the box and whatever this is, the developer and the powder in the box. So it's about $10 to $12 depending on where you get it, which is a really good deal. All right, we're just gonna mix these two together real quick. And I should add, before I mix, I'm gonna put on these gloves. I don't like the gloves that come in the box. They're way too big. I like to get gloves separately that are tighter, that are more like, I don't know, doctor's gloves. That way you're gonna get a lot better precision and control. And the bleach that you mix together, it hurts, it burns your skin. So that's why I'm putting on gloves right away from the beginning. Woo, should do this over a sink. Do it over a sink, guys. All right, I'm screwing this cap on. Now I'm gonna shake it all together. Here we go. And you can check the consistency and see if it's how you like it. Sometimes mine comes out a little thicker and I want it to be runnier so it spreads to more places. So then I literally just add some water and that's fine. Okay, so you'll notice I have my hair up, and this is on purpose because you're gonna see this part of your hair every time you wear it up, so it's pretty important that you're covering all these areas. You might not notice it when you're looking straight into the mirror, you might just kind of grab this stuff, but if you begin with it up, then you can put all the color all along here. It's just much easier to grab. So this is the most important, and then everything up top. So imagine that sometimes you're gonna do like a side part, sometimes you're gonna do a middle part, maybe you'll do a zigzag part. You want all of it to be bleached evenly and equally. You can cheat more like in these areas back here because you're probably not gonna see that as much, but you have to pay attention to all this up here. So I'm gonna begin just starting along this hairline, jumping right in. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my handheld mirror and make sure I'm getting everything on the back hairline now. Couple hints here if you're just first starting to bleach your own hair at home like this. It burns a lot, so you're going to want to start wiping it off your skin the second that it makes contact. Don't just be like, oh, I see I got some in my ear, and leave it there. It's going to start to burn and you're going to regret it. Additionally, the parts that you dye first are going to be the lightest, which is why I try to go with the most important part first. You're going to see how it kind of starts developing, and that's going to give you a good idea of kind of how your hair takes this bleach and how it ends up looking. Obviously, I'm throwing pink on top of mine, so I've got a little bit more room for air. It doesn't have to look super white, but if you're actually like bleaching your hair to get bleach blonde hair, do a test strip first because it might not turn out the way you expect. You can already see it starting to lighten a little bit. Okay, so you'll see I've got my hair up, and the way that I used to do it was put my hair in a bunch of little ponytails and just go around it. And that's great. It worked really well when I had shorter hair, but now that I've been super disciplined and not cut it for a minute, it's getting long enough where I can do it a faster and lazier way. So I'm gonna be careful. I don't have a lot of bleach on my hands because it's really important that I don't bleach out all this hair over here because it's like older hair. It's already kind of damaged from previous bleachings, and so I need to kind of concentrate the bleach just in the brown areas and not be, there's no reason for me to be redoing this. So now I'm literally just gonna start about the middle, draw a line with my bleach. Here we go. Woo, just like that. Rub that stuff in. Try not to overlap the pink because it's unnecessary. Just like that. Yep, and you can feel kind of like where it's immersed because it's going to be wet. So if you can't see the hair, you can at least kind of feel if it feels wet, that means it's getting the bleach. Okay, now I'm going to very messily, haphazardly with my hands, do another part and make another line. So this is saving us quite a bit of time from the other method because I'm not having to put my hair up in like 50 of those little ponytails. I'm not even having to take them out. And because the hair is long enough now, this means that I'm able to bleach my roots without the ends really coming in contact with the bleach. So that's actually really nice. You know, one other thing I should have told you, not only do you need the hairline in the front, but also right here, like the crown of your head, that, at least for me, tends to kind of fall differently depending on whether I blow dried it, the way that I styled it the day before, like how recently it was washed and all that. So the hair kind of flips differently, like depending on the day. So you don't want like a brown part that you didn't cover to be exposed. So that's that you're gonna give some extra attention to as well, and we'll get that in a minute, but I'm just gonna do all the prep first. Moving right along, look how fast this is. Super fast. I am all for just figuring it out and learning how to dye your hair at home by yourself. There is no reason to spend $1 million going to the salon. I've got friends that like sit in those salon chairs for like 7 hours getting their hair done. And I'm like, girl, I don't have the time. But I do have $10 in an hour to do this at home every 2 months. So that's what I prefer to do. Cool, so in just a few seconds, I've done this entire part of my roots, and I'm just gonna flip and start from the middle, working this way. Oh, it burns so bad. Stuff really hurts. Maybe that's why you go to the salon, so you don't have to deal with the burn, but I think it burns there too. I don't really know. I should add that I'm working in like 1.5 inch sections, and that's gonna give me pretty good coverage. So we're doing about maybe 12 sections for just this whole half moon shape of your head. Great, that's it. Entire front is done. It's gonna start processing. You're gonna see it starting to lighten. Now I'm gonna go to the crown and then finish up with the back. So from here on out, you can kind of get a little bit more, ooh, my hair looks fantastic, a little bit more haphazard with it. You can just kind of throw it in, and I really like to work by feel. Like I said earlier, you just kind of feel if it's still dry or if it's been wet by the bleach, and if it's gonna feel colder and wetter, so you can just kind of tell and just kind of work it in. I like to really concentrate on this area because, you know, you can't see it as well. So I like to kind of overdo it because I've missed the crown several times and I hate that, so I'm trying to overcompensate by really focusing on it this time. Then when it all feels saturated, we'll just take our handy mirror and check it out, see how it's looking. Cool, and then we'll hit the back, and we're just gonna use the exact same line by line, couple, you know, 1.5 inches or so every section. So I'll just section that off, totally feeling it. Here we go. Feels like I've got every area saturated. What's so great about focusing on the most important parts in the beginning is 10-15 minutes later, by the time you've got your whole head covered, the parts that you began have started to develop. So you can see here, it's getting lighter, but you can see right here, I didn't put enough color on this part. So I'm glad I was able to see that. I can saturate it a little bit more and get that bleached out look that I need. Just like that. I'm gonna take my mirror and do one quick check. And I still have some dye left, so I'm just gonna dump some on for good measure, make sure everything is covered. And if you're not super confident you've got it all, it always helps to leave a little bit of dye after it's all been developed. You're gonna want it in for your hair, I don't know, 40 minutes to an hour or so. Sometimes I go back and I see, crap, I missed a spot, and so then I'll just put some fresh hair dye in and wait another 10-15 minutes, and then it usually does the trick. All right, I have hair dye everywhere. My head is on fire. Oh my god, I forgot to do the coconut oil thing. That's why. You're supposed to melt coconut oil and put it on your hair for at least an hour. You can do 10 minutes to it, it still helps, but melt, just drench coconut oil all over your hair, and it doesn't interfere with the dyeing process, and it significantly helps, and I forgot to do it this time. Oh, fail. Okay, so now you look fantabulous. I'm going to wash my gloves because I can reuse them for the pink that I'm going to cover this up with this afternoon. I'm going to take my gloves off, and I'm just going to grab this bag that the hair dye came in. I'm going to rip off one of the handles towards the base. Same thing on the other side, same side of the base. Now you've got this thing going on. Get the receipts out of there. And I'm going to make a bandana out of a plastic bag, just like this. Tuck in most of the hair in. It's not as important that you get the hair tucked in as all of the surface area of like the roots covered, just like that. And I'm going to tie the ends of the handles tightly around so it kind of feels like there's a bubble on my head. Yep, just like that. And this is going to keep the bleach working. If it gets dried out, it stops processing. You basically keep everything moist underneath the plastic bag this way. So I'm going to walk around with a plastic bag on my head for the next 45 minutes to an hour. I'll check it in about 45 minutes or however long I can handle the pain. And then I'll rinse it out and have beautifully fresh bleached hair ready to throw some pink on there. Cool, so that's that. You look fantastic. I'm literally gonna walk around my house with a bag on my head for the next hour. If you use this method, please show me, tag me at Barbie Ariel on Twitter, leave me a comment letting me know if you have any great hair dyeing tips that I can use for next time. Thanks so much for watching. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye.